Dude, wouldn't it be cool to be like a Mongolian warrior doing that like by horseback? Isn't that how they used to like mess up all of the other? Yeah, they used because that was like their like top weapon. They would just like send out fleets of people with horses and just. That'd be cool.
They did so many things that were horrific. They were incredible.
Dude, old school isn't the right term for it, but like
old school war.
Old school war was badass.
Mongol war.
Yeah.
If you could watching the Mongols sack a city and kill 1 million people and stack their bodies on top of each other. Did you ever read? There's a great audio book series. So it's really a podcast, but it really is more like an audio book. Dan Carlin's Hardcore History.
Yep, I love his podcast.
Did you ever hear Wrath of the Khans?
No.
It's the best one.
Oh, really?
It's the best one.
I'll listen to it.
It's all about Genghis Khan and his family and what
cool.
they did. Dude, they killed 10% of the population of Earth while he was alive. They killed so many people that they affected the carbon footprint of human beings on Earth. When they do core samples of the Earth, there's like a considerable decrease in the carbon layer on Earth when Genghis Khan was alive because they killed so many people.
Why would he do that?
He was a bad man.
What an asshole.
Very bad man. He was a fucking killer from the womb, like from the time he was young. And went on to form this empire that to this day is one of the most frightening forces in the history of humanity. And, he fucked so many women and raped so many women that his genes are in a high percentage of the people that still exist there today. It's something nuts, right? We've Googled this before. What is the number? It's something crazy. Jamie will find it. But when he was alive, they killed somewhere between 50 and 60 million people.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like 10% of the world's population.
My God.
Yeah. Like 1 out of 10 people on Earth was killed by the Mongols.
That's going to take me a minute to digest.
So a 2003 study found evidence that Genghis Khan's DNA is present in about 16 million men alive today. The Mongolian ruler's genetic prowess has stood... That's a nice way of saying he raped a lot of people. His genetic prowess has stood as an unparalleled accomplishment, but he isn't the only man whose reproductive activities will still show significant genetic impact centuries later. Yeah, and what's crazy is that was like one of the superpowers of the world that everyone was terrified of, the Mongol Empire. And now, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, no one's scared of the Mongols.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously they're scared of Mongol fighters and they're tough people, but there's no considerable army.
Yeah.
Which is really crazy if you think about that.
It is
1,000 years ago, if you went back and talked to them, they're like, we're going to run this shit forever. Like what they did, there was this guy who was the Shah of Kharizma had sent an emissary to Jin, China, to go to see whether or not they should what was going on there. And as they were headed to the city, they saw in the distance what they thought was a snow-covered mountain. And as they got closer, they realized that it was a stack of bones. There was a stack of bodies because everyone in the city had been murdered. Jeez. They had to abandon the roads along the way because they were so littered with human bodies that were decaying that the roads had become mud and caked with filth and just human decay. There was like decaying people had destroyed the roads.
Dang.
There was so much decay that the roads had become mud.
Dang, that's a pretty sad time in history to probably be a part of.
They would set up outside of cities, of walled cities, and just camp out until people ran out of food.
Yeah.
And then when they started killing people, they would put them on a catapult, light them on fire, and launch them onto the thatched roofs to start the buildings on fire.
Yeah, we don't have it too bad now, I guess, huh?
We have it pretty fucking easy.
We got it pretty good.